Hey guys, what's going on? Banner SN here with a Nintendo Direct predictions video. We just released a 50 rapid fire direct predictions thing that was meant to have just like all of our ideas just back and forth really quick with no real discussion in the middle. So this is sort of like a more in-depth analysis of those predictions. It's kind of a weird thing to say, but I figured going over the ideas so they're not just random ideas that we threw out there, but there's actually more thought to them than what might originally implied. It's super late. I did not think I was actually going to do this because it's like 11:30 right now and I have to get to work at 6 tomorrow so that I can get off in time for the direct so I can watch it. So yeah, I was tired, gonna be tired tomorrow. Oh well, gotta make the stuff. Start with the Smash Bros stuff. I think Banjo-Kazooie is definitely going to be talked about. I mean, obviously, why wouldn't he be? And I think he's going to be released next week, so I have no doubt that we'll get the release date for him as well as at least a little bit of a deep dive. If not, then an announcement of like, hey, tune in on this day for the deep dive in Banjo-Kazooie. And I think they're going to start talking about some other free content, because I know Smash 4 had a ton of free content updates. There was the Mario Maker stage, there was the... what's this thing called? The social network system for me. Oh god, what was that thing called? The Wii U social network thing. Oh man, I forgot. I forgot about that. Anyways, that stage, the green one with all the notes on it. Can't remember. But I think there'll be some new stuff like that. And my thought was a Lava theme stage, because Lava was pretty popular. They had a Mii costume for it. Obviously, it takes a lot longer for a stage, but I wouldn't expect maybe some free content like that. Or maybe it's paid. I don't know. Who cares? Well, I mean, obviously people care, but I'll take it either way. Minecraft Mii skins, I think it's going to happen. I think that's pretty obvious. Minecraft is huge on the Nintendo platforms, and I think it'd be pretty easy just to throw those on there just as little extra things from Microsoft. Terry Bogard, yeah, I think that's it. I think he's in. I don't think there's any way he's not. I mean, I kind of hope for a Metal Slug character or someone a little bit more that could add a bit more diversity to the roster. I know there's a million anime sword boys on this game, but I think something like another fairly standard 2D fighting game character is a little bit, I guess I would call it boring. I'm sure there's plenty of Terry Bogard fans, but I think that there are plenty of characters from his series itself that would be more, that would create the diversity that Smash Bros. Kind of needs coming around the 100 character mark here. King of Fighters 15 on Switch. I think they talked about it at one point that it would be on the Switch, but I feel like this would be a good time to get maybe a cinematic trailer. I think the game is very early on in development, so I don't know if there's going to be too much in terms of gameplay. Samurai Shodown was announced for Switch. I'm sure this is a good time to talk about it. I said 2 exclusive costumes. I'm going to say that, what's his name? Hohomaru is his name? I think he'll get a Link costume. I think that'd be pretty cool. And for, I forget her name. She's the girl with the falcon. I think a Zelda costume for her would fit very nicely. And you know what? I'm going to say Link to the Past Zelda, like the one in Smash Bros. That'd be really cool. Home Run Contest update. It was data mined a long time ago. Home Run Contest. I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure that'd be a good thing to throw in as the Smash 4.0 update. So that's what I'm going with. Stage Builder update. This one is pipe dream, I think, but please update it. Please let us keep stages more than 3 months. Please update the storage space. Give us new parts, give us new features, better search features. It'd be awesome. I don't know if it's really going to happen, but that would just be really cool. Overwatch on Switch. I think this is happening. I think this is happening tomorrow. All sides point to yes. Whether there be exclusive content, I have no idea. There's no exclusive content on any other platform, so it'd be kind of iffy about whether or not they should do exclusive content, but I think if they're wanting to really get people onto the platform, then exclusive content is the way to go, and I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world. I'd be down for exclusive stuff for the other platforms, like if Sony got some exclusive skins in Microsoft too. That'd be pretty cool. Hearthstone on Switch. Now, I can't believe Hearthstone isn't already on Switch. The Switch is like such a perfect platform for these card games, because it's the perfect screen size for when you'd want to be doing that kind of stuff. And Hearthstone isn't the game that takes a huge amount of data in terms of, playing on Wi-Fi. It's just very simple signals to the different devices when you're playing the game. I can't believe it's not on it. Luigi's Mansion trailer. Obviously, they're going to talk about Luigi's Mansion, but I thought, why not go for something crazy and say that there's going to be a new character called Ghost Yoshi, Yoshi's never appeared in Luigi's Mansion as far as I know. So maybe we get a little Ghost Yoshi. I think if it were to happen, it would just be a cameo of some sort, nothing like really major. 3 Capcom announcements. We got Monster Hunter World Port. If not that, then a new Monster Hunter game. Monster Hunter is Capcom's biggest franchise, and Monster Hunter World is their biggest game right now. I think it's very possible that we'll see a Monster Hunter port. It's obviously not going to look as good as the other versions, but I think it'd be very, very possible. Ace Attorney 7, I can't believe it's not happened yet. How is that game not on Nintendo Switch yet? That's crazy to me. I think this is a good time for that. And Okami 2. I don't think this is going to happen, but it did get an HD release on Switch, and everyone seemed to really like it. And Okami 2, it's been wanted for a long time, and Capcom seems to be on the right track, so maybe now. But it's not going to be exclusive, not for sure not. I said Deus Ex Machina. I said it wrong in the prediction video because I thought it'd be funny if I said Deus. I know it's Deus, and I realized afterwards, I'm like, this game is not called Deus Ex Machina, it's called Daemon Ex Machina, and I sound like an idiot. But yeah, I think there'll be some... I don't know how this game is going to do. I think it pretty much lives or dies based off reviews, where if it gets, really good reviews, that it could do well, but I think it's kind of a game that probably has an audience in Japan, but not probably much in America. But I think if it had some real Nintendo themed support alongside of it, things like, maybe you get to fight Ridley as a boss fight, or taking on Star Fox fighter jets like Wolf or something like that, or Andros, just as like something cool like that as like bonus missions, or having amiibo support where if you tap like the Bowser amiibo, you get Bowser themed skin for your mech. I think things like that would really go a long way for it and helping it get some support and some people to check it out that wouldn't normally. But if the game's good, and hopefully it'll do well. Super Mario Party 2 or an update to the original. Now this one is a weird one because I have no idea why they haven't updated Super Mario Maker. It's crazy to me. Like, how have they not done that yet? The only thing I can really think of, or I guess there's 2 things. One, they're being a little greedy and they're going back to the normal thing where they have Mario Party games releasing a lot more constantly. So I think Super Mario Party 2 is very possible, which would be really annoying to me because I feel like Super Mario Party 1 is a game that definitely needed more support. It's weird to me that it hasn't, but I think it's also possible that they've been working on getting all of the content on the game currently to work for handheld mode, because the Switch Lite, they don't want to have one of their major titles be locked off to just one version of the Switch. So I think investing time to make it Switch Lite compatible will go a long way. And maybe they're just been holding off until it's coming out, just to be like, hey, you can now play this on here. Please keep buying it, I guess. Super Mario 3D port, I think that January spot is perfect for another Mario game. Super Mario Bros. U did extremely well in January, so no doubt that game has to be coming soon, and January seems like a good spot for it. Maybe December, that would also be a good spot for it, but I think with Luigi's Mansion 3 and Mario Maker still selling like crazy, I think it would be better off in January after the holiday season. Mario Maker will receive its free update in the form of a new Mario game, Paper Mario. A lot of people want Super Mario Bros. 2. There's a lot of people saying Super Mario Land. I think they're going to go even crazier. I think they're going with Paper Mario. I think that'd be an awesome style. It would have a ton of cool, like, exclusive stuff that people can play around with, and it would be a great tie-in to a new Paper Mario game called Paper Mario or a Game. I thought maybe an origami theme, because they haven't really done that. They've done Thousand Year Door, which isn't paper themed, Super Paper Mario, which isn't paper themed, and they've seem to be doing like paper themes. So they have Sticker Star, Paper Jam, which is obviously Mario and Luigi, and then Color Splash. So I thought maybe they'll have some sort of artistic theme where they talk about origami, because that makes a lot of sense. Maybe there's a thing where you have to go into dungeons and mine for ore in order to get power-up things, where you fold ore into shapes and stuff, and that can be powers. So it's origami, and it's called Paper Mario or a Game. And it's like a weird theme where characters are self-aware that they're in a video game. I don't know. Super Mario Odyssey 2 trailer. I'm such a fool when it comes to these stupid, like, random tweets that people make, and that's that Mario with the watermelon that was like a full 3D render of Mario that has never been seen before, with the fingernails. It's really detailed, like even more so than Odyssey. I just think that that's pointing to something. That can't just be a one-off thing that someone made that Nintendo tweeted. Like, there's got to be something linked to that. I don't think it's Sunshine 2. I don't think it's HD Sunshine. I think it's Odyssey 2. I think they left off Odyssey in the same way they did with Breath of the Wild, where they're like, we're just going to make a sequel because we have so much ideas that a sequel would definitely be fitting. Delfino was apparently cut content from the first game. I think it's very likely they announced Mario Odyssey 2, and they're like, hey guys, you can go to Delfino Island, and that would be a huge hype piece. That'd be really cool. Where are we now? Mario Kart Tour integration in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't think they're done with Mario Kart 8. I think a lot of people are looking at Mario Kart 9 as a new option, but I still think that Mario Kart 8 selling so crazy, still in the top 10 sales every month, says that they're going to keep going with that one. And I think Mario Kart Tour integration would be something where, hey, if you download Mario Kart Tour and register to your Nintendo account, you get a free update where you get to have Diddy Kong playable in Mario Kart 8, because God knows Diddy Kong should be playable in that game. And a free way of doing that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, all you have to do is download the game, I don't think that'd be a terrible thing. Star Fox Grand Prix revealed for February. I'm of the boat that I think this game still exists. I think that it wasn't canceled, and I think that Nintendo has been holding it off because it's probably not a huge title for them. And I think that they looked at their 2019 slot and said, we're all full here, we don't need this game here right now, we're going to push this in 2020 where we have a little bit lighter lineup. And I think that around that January time when they announced that Retro was getting Metroid Prime 4, they weren't quite ready to reveal the game yet, and that at E3 at that point they weren't ready to they didn't want to put that out there just to be swallowed in the conversation of everything else that was going on. So like, let's hold that off, let's move that to here, because that would be a good spot for it. Especially with things like Mario Kart Tour coming out, I guess. But Crash Team Racing, Sonic Team Racing, Team Sonic Racing. Crash Team Racing, Team Sonic Racing. Yeah. Coming out. I think that would have overshadowed the announcement of a Star Fox Racing game. I still believe. I believe in Retro. Tetris 99 Link's Awakening update. They've been doing a lot of cool things. They did a Splatoon 1. They did a Fire Emblem recently, so I think a new Tetris theme with Link's Awakening would be really fitting. And then Link's Awakening file trailer. I literally have no idea of what else they could show off for this game. I don't think there's anything crazy they would show off. Just like, hey, it's coming out. You're gonna buy it, bitch. It's Zelda. Just give us the money because you know you are. It's already set in stone. No new Breath of the Wild 2 info. Yep, I don't think there's gonna be anything. I think that's an E3 thing next year, if that. Brand new Kirby spin-off announced by HAL. I made this prediction, I think, a little early. I think now I'm thinking more that we're going to look at the next Kirby game and then additionally maybe even a spin-off game. I think it's time to announce a new Kirby game because the last one was Star Allies, which was early 2018. So I think it's very possible that HAL, which has only done Box Boy, the new Box Boy game, is pretty good. So yeah, new Kirby game, I think. Maybe a spin-off, who knows. Pikachu Patch Party, new Yarn theme game by Goodfeel. I love this little one. Epic Yarn, Woolly World, Crafted World all did very well. Crafted World obviously coming out this year. I think they're going to be wanting to look towards another one. I think they're going to go big, and I think they're going to do a fully crafted Pokemon world starring Pikachu, sort of in the vein of those like Poke Park Pikachu's Adventure games, where you get to play as Pikachu and run around a place, but more in a, in obviously a crafted world. And I think it'd be really cool to see crafted versions of all the Pokemon. If I had to take a guess, it'd probably only be Gen 1 with a few of Gen 8 Pokemon. And that'd probably be it. I'd be fine with that. Pokemon Star Evolutions and new Galarian forms. This is probably the most bland prediction I have here because it's just obviously going to happen, at least with the Galarian forms. I don't know about Star Evolutions, but it seems like we're getting to the point where they need to start doing that. So, Splatoon spin-off game Tomodachi Life. This is a weird one. I think that Splatoon 2 Splatoon the series isn't going to wait till Splatoon 3 comes out. I think there's plenty of room for a spin-off game that would be like something weird. Not like necessarily a platformer or even a shooter, but something like having to do with like the culture of Inklings and how they're all like running around and stuff like that. So I think like a kind of like a life sim, like Sims combined with like some sort of like Animal Crossing style thing, but with a little bit more attitude. I think that'd be really cool. And I thought Tomodachi Life would kind of fit that style, so maybe. Who knows? New Monolith RPG trailer. I think it's good. It would be a good time to get a tease for the next game. I think with the DLC for Xenoblade 2, the Golden Torna Country, whatever that one was, coming out last year, I think that now would be a good time to start teasing for something new. my honest hope would be Xenoblade Chronicles 1 HD. Like, just completely, not from the ground up, but like HDifying all that skin to bring that to the Switch would be just awesome for that franchise, because it's a game that is locked behind a very hard to find Wii copy and a very limited run on the new 3DS. So I would very much like that. Super Nintendo games, I think they're coming. I think they're going to be used to keep people on the Nintendo Switch Online service. I think we'll get like 10 of them for free and then a drip feed of them throughout the next few months, or year, I guess. It's probably going to happen. Ultimate Alliance DLC Pack 1, trailer plus new free characters. I think they're going to continue with that trailer stuff where they'll show the new mission and then be like, but hey, you can get these free characters. My guess, probably She-Hulk, and who is another character that was just recently featured? Their name is not Moon Knight because he's in the DLC, not Miss Marvel because she's in the DLC. Eternals. Sure. Black Knight. That guy. Animal Crossing, Mr. Rossetti's new job. They announced that Mr. Rossetti got a new job. He's no longer the reset guy because he was scaring children. So I think that they're going to have a trailer where they show off Mr. Rossetti's new job and what that entices. And I think there's going to be a brand new item called the KK Slider Music Player, or some sort of more clever name that I can't think of, where you just have an item where you can click on it and you can change whatever music you're currently listening to. So you can, and if you go to KK Slider on certain days, you can buy different copies of his music to play on your little Animal Crossing music player. I think that'd be pretty clever and very, very fitting for Animal Crossing. Fire Emblem DLC 1 plus Legacy character missions. I think we'll get the story DLC, whatever DLC 1 they have planned. I'm not really sure what it is. It might already be widely known information, but who knows. But I think they'll do Legacy characters missions where you can like do a battle against Marth's army and then you have Marth join your team or something like that. Just things like that. Because Fire Emblem is banking off of its roster of characters these days with Fire Emblem Heroes. So I think that's very, very likely. Nier Automata on Switch, I think it's going to happen eventually. I think it's widely requested. Should happen. Platinum loves Nintendo. 6-minute long Dragon Quest XI trailer. God, I hope we don't talk about Dragon Quest XI. Just a small mention maybe, but please don't dwell on it. Final Fantasy 13 Trilogy. There's not much left on Final Fantasy to port to Switch. I think there's some earlier games that they may want to be remastering or releasing in some other format. So I think 13 Trilogy is a good idea. Maybe just 13.1 or 13.2. I don't know. Kingdom Hearts 3 port. Unlikely, but I wish it were so. I wish Nintendo. I wish I wish that Sony didn't have this weird exclusivity with Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and I think Birth by Sleep, because I think it's very clear that they have something going on there. Same thing with the Persona series, because Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and Birth by Sleep have never been released outside of Sony platforms. So I think there's something going on there that's preventing those games from getting to Switch and Xbox. So I think it'd be awesome if that could happen, but I don't think it will. But Kingdom Hearts 3, probably a lot more likely to come to Switch versus the original games. New Rayman game called UbiArts called Rayman and the White Claw Conspiracy. We've been recently very obsessed with White Claw, so it's a bit of an inside joke between us in the Need a Bone team. So that is a joke name, obviously, but I think a new Rayman game could very well be announced, and it would be a good time for Ubisoft to jump back in on those UbiArts games, because they were very well received, and I think that they would do very well on the Switch. Assassin's Creed Ezio Trilogy for Switch. I recently heard that there were rumors of Black Flag and Rogue coming to Switch, so now I'm in the board for those games instead of the Ezio collection, but I think it'd be really cool to have that. I love Assassin's Creed 2. Brotherhood's really good, and I've never played Revelations, but I hear it's pretty good too, so that'd be pretty cool. Mario & Rabbids Galaxy Battle. It's been 2 years since Mario & Rabbids 1 came out. It did very well. Ubisoft seemed to be really happy with how that game did. I think they're going to be looking for another one, and I think they're going to go to space. Why not? In a galaxy-themed one. Have black holes littered around there. It'd be really cool. Fallout 3 Remastering, Grand Theft Auto 5. These are things that have been rumored and teased for a long time now. I think Fallout 3 is just whether or not Bethesda wants to invest that time into it. I could see them honestly throwing that out there around the end of October just to mess with the Outer World sales, because that's sort of like the direct competitor, I guess, in some ways. Maybe. I would be down for Fallout 3 Remastered. I never got a chance to play Fallout 3, even though I'm staring at a copy of it, but I think it's Trevor's that he never took back. Don't tell Trevor. Grand Theft Auto 5 was rumored a little while back. I can't remember what the source was, but it's possible. I mean, it's one of the best-selling games of all time. I can't imagine Nintendo would say no to having that game on the Switch. And I think at this point, the original versions on the 360 PS3 could run on it if they maybe reduced some of the features a little bit, maybe focusing more on the story mode, the campaign, versus the multiplayer, for obvious reasons. But I think that would be, it would work on the Switch. Professor Layton Switch. I said Professor Layton coming to Switch. I meant to say a new one, because I know there's a port for the 3DS version of the game that came out on Switch last year, I believe. But I think a brand new one, probably starring, I forget what her name is, but she's the female Layton. I don't know if her name is actually Layton or something, but I'm not a Professor Layton guy, but I just know that series is very popular and definitely should be on Switch. Just a matter of when. Mario and Sonic Olympic Games trailer, Bowser and Eggman team up. I think there's gonna be some cool thing with Bowser and Eggman. I don't know why, but the game looks really cool. I hope it reviews well, because that would be it'd be cool to have that game actually fun and playable and a good party time. New 3D Sonic game takes Sonic back to roots, only playing as modern Sonic. It's been a while since we have had a new modern Sonic game announced. Last one was Sonic Forces, which did terribly, and hopefully maybe they can get one right. If you're a fan of Sonic games, I would love for have you check out our Sonic series review. We call it Rank-A-Bone, where we're playing each and every Sonic game, like 1 week at a time basically, and then ranking them against each other to create the master list of all Sonic games. Sounds awesome, doesn't it? It's a lot of work. No More Heroes 3 trailer, Return of Destroy Man. If you're a fan of No More Heroes, you know who Destroy Man is. He was in 1, he got sliced in half, and in 2 he came back half robot, but 2 of him. This time he's come back all robot, destroy mech. He's gonna destroy Travis Touchdown and still be horrifically inappropriate and play his dirty, dirty tricks. Be cool. Bayonetta 4 trailer. I don't know why I said 4. I don't know why I wrote down 4. It's obviously Bayonetta 3. Please ignore that I said Bayonetta 4. But yeah, it's time. Bayonetta 3, come on. Let's see it. Astral Train came out. Very good game. I would love to see Bayonetta 3 trailer. And last but not least, of course, Metroid Prime 4 trailer. They announced the switch to retro, I was about to say this morning, but no, earlier this year in January. I think that's enough time to come to work on a cinematic trailer to generate some hype. Maybe that leads to Metroid Prime Trilogy announcement. I'm sure that's another one of those games Nintendo's just waiting to release. Same thing with Star Fox Grand Prix, same thing with Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, maybe even Sunshine HD, all these games that they're just like, we're just waiting on. They need a slot for it to go to. So I think Metroid Prime 4 would be the big hype final reveal game. If not that, then probably Odyssey 2, if that's what they're going with. But yeah, that is my deep dive on our analysis. Those are all my predictions. I'm sure there's some other stuff, maybe a WarioWare game, maybe Pikmin 4 could finally come out, maybe a brand new Star Fox game, maybe F-Zero. Probably not. Let me know what you guys think about all this stuff. I had a really good time making all these predictions. I think it's really fun to look at, obvious ideas of like Luigi's Mansion being talked about. Obviously, it's gonna happen. What could specifically be? What is that cool little twist that they're gonna show off that would get you just that much more excited about the game? And I think things like predictions like this are really fun to make and come up with, like Pikachu's Patch Party or Paper Mario or a Gamey. So let me know what you think of all these things, and we will see you tomorrow, or I think at this point this is going to come out early tomorrow morning for the Nintendo Direct reactions. So this afternoon for the Nintendo Direct reactions, and the discussion afterwards where we're going to talk about everything and see if we got anything right. I'm going to guess we got 3 things right. That's it. Just 3. And I don't count the things that were leaked before. So, thank you all for watching. Subscribe, like, whatever, if you want. We'll see you next time.